Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Wednesday, February 8th, 2023. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Happy Hump Day, everyone. Here's a look at the ES in the daily time frame right now. The ES currently trading right at the previous quarter's high price. So this has been an early move here right to the previous quarter's high. We've seen the previous quarter's close and mid be very similar and right near each other here, and that usually means you're either going to make a move to one edge or the other right away. In this case, the previous close was taken bid, and since then we've had a very clear uptrend that's taken us right to the previous quarter's high price, still maintaining a very good bullish trend overall. You see here a failed new low in the prior session, outside day up. And right now, inside day here, developing narrow range inside day, just 37% of ADR, 26 points, and we're sitting right at the edge here. So if I bring this back a little bit, just to a little bit of last year, back toward May, April of last year, 4,300, 4,307, that's kind of the upper end up here. That's where price dropped away from that zone. Then you have the lower edge, that's 4,200 right here, and that's an area where prices dropped away from as well. That's kind of where we're at right at this moment. Are we going to make the next push that takes us into 43 and maybe trade in here, or do we turn down away from the quarterly high right away and return back to the previous quarter's close? As of right now, again, this market remains highly resilient. Every time we see a push downward, there's been an ability to shake off weakness and return back to highs. So this uptrend is still in play. We could very well see a continuation toward 4,300 ahead, but at some point we may see the rug get pulled and we may see a rotation back down within the range. And that could take us all the way back to 3,600, maybe even lower, 3,400. So we're climbing up this channel right now, or this trading range, and at some point we'll find the top and we may start to see that rotation back down. So again, uptrending price action right now. From an intraday perspective, very narrow range of price action. We may see a return back to the previous session's midpoint and stay within the range here for the most part. The previous session did give us a really good intraday impulsive move and a new key range. That's going to be the range to watch. Here's a look at our the NQ right now. NQ up near the 12.8 level, kind of rotated off that zone a little bit. Inside day here, 30% of ADR, under 100 points of range so far today. Very similar, if not more bullish characteristics here in the NQ than even what we've seen in the ES. Very good elongation. Again, took the previous quarter's close bid and rallied straight to and through the previous quarter's high. A very good move. Right now it's sitting at the quarterly R25. Again, we could still see more upside ahead as this market continues to shake off weakness. The next rotation up takes you into about the 13,250, 13,4 zone, and for the most part, we could see a move anywhere. If this is the low of the month right here, anywhere into this range could be seen up ahead based on recent price action. So if we take a look at the longer view here, right at these highs, this is about the zone where price has gotten to before and then rotated down, got up here before, rotated down. Do we get a little bit more strength up here toward that upper edge? That would be about 13.5 or thereabouts. If so, that could be the next edge we go get. So again, right now still showing quite a bit of strength. If there's a failure back through 12.4, that could suggest a bit of weakness entering the picture. Take a look here at crude oil with me. Up about 1.4% right now. A really strong turnaround off the lows. A couple of days ago here rejecting off the previous month's midpoint. Previous session, big time trend day up. That trend day here has led us all the way back to the previous month's midpoint already by the end of that one day. So again, whenever you reject an edge, you return back to the mid. Through the mid, you would go to the close, and then you have the high. So those are the amount of pivots we have up ahead. This is the middle of the zone, though, somewhere in here. Again, we could find some chop between 78 and 80 before it continues higher toward 82, 83. but a very good rotation right back to the middle of the range here. Overall, this market's still trending downward, but is within a very good rectangular box right now, or range here, that is keeping prices within this zone. So it's a 10 handle range. We could continue to see more back and forth action. At some point we may see a break at one extreme or the other that could lead to the next expansive phase. Let's take a look here at gold futures. So here's gold up about 1/4%. This one finally ran into a bit of resistance here. 1975 the high. 1960 is a big key level here that's been in play for many years. So if I bring this back, this is a multi-year view right now. 2000 is about right here. 1960 is about right there. And then you have the other edge of the range way up here at around 2080. Those are big time levels. The other level way down here is 1680. That's right here. So at the moment, we have come and we've hit that 1960 zone. That's been the area here where 1960 has provided quite a bit of resistance and rejection. The quick move can take us down to about 1850, and right now we've gotten to 1873. We may stay in the upper zone here, but if we fail at 1850, you start to rotate back toward 1680, and we're back within this trading range. So we've hit a big time area of resistance at 1960, rotated back down. Impulsive sell-off, but we haven't quite gotten the midpoint to give us a new key range. We need that strong low. We need a return back to the mid relatively quickly, and right now instead we're getting a bit of range-bound price action over the last 3 days now developing. So overall, we could see a bit more weakness here into 1850, perhaps even the previous year's close 1830. Can it hold that zone? Because if not, you start to break down into much lower levels. So we'll see how that develops here. Lastly, looking at the YM, this one's down 1/3% at the moment. Inside day, 165 points of range so far, but this one again has been dead at the center of this range, this compression. We haven't really seen much action out of this range. You can count the days off. We're approaching 3 weeks here of compression inside this range toward the apex of the range, and at some point we'll see a nice phase of expansion, but until then we could continue to see chop back and forth here in the YM until proven otherwise. Alright, that is it for now. We'll see how this develops heading into the rest of the session. Good luck, trade well, and I'll see you in the trading room. Take care.